thanks for returning. I hope this video finds you happy and doing well. As you know by the thumbnail, this video is going to be a get ready with me using affordable products. So if you're interested, then just keep watching. All right, so I got a few products that I've hauled and did a video. Some I've hauled and didn't do a video. So some I've talked about but didn't show you all how they look. So let me go ahead and tell you what's on my face, and then you can decide if you want to stick around. I do have two products by Neutrogena, and I have their Radiant Creamy Concealer. I've talked about this before, but you all will be able to see it in action in this video. I also have the Neutrogena Radiant Setting Spray. This is the business. I also have the LA Colors Fire Eyeshadow Palette. I haven't seen this around on the YT, so I don't know if it's coming out or if it's new or what, but either way, I didn't see any videos on this eyeshadow palette. I also have this eyeshadow palette by the Lip Bar. Here are the shades right here, and I didn't show you the shades in this LA Colors palette, so you really can't see them, but I do have, you know, most of those colors on my lids now. I'm also going to use the Physicians Formula Silk Foundation Elixir. This has jojoba oil in it, and I have it on my face now. I also have some very dramatic eyelashes that I applied and showed you all how they looked in the video, but because I'm about to leave and go somewhere, I had to switch to a smaller pair because I'm going somewhere where dramatic lashes just wouldn't be appropriate for me. But these are beautiful. These are by Schmink's Company, and these, let me tell you, these are super soft, affordable mink lashes. Here they are right here. I think you can see them. Okay, there they are, but they are unbelievably soft. The band is soft. You don't even feel them on your lid. You know how some eyelashes, the band is hard and you can feel them. There are some ladies that prefer a harder band. You know, some prefer a softer band. If you are one of those ladies that prefer a very soft eyelash, this is the way to go. This is a Black-owned company. Her link will be in the description box if you want to check these out. And of course, she has different styles, so please check her out. Also, I'm going to be using the Sephora bronzer. This is one of their new bronzers. I'm going to also use the Alamar blush palette, and this has been out. A lot of people received this in the BoxyCharm. I was watching, I don't know whose video I was looking at, and I liked it, so I decided to buy it. But I used some of these, well actually I used two of these as an eyeshadow. I don't have on any blush. I decided to use this as an eyeshadow palette for matte. Actually, these three are on my eyes now. So I think that is it. Hopefully you all are still interested. Let's get into the video. So let's go ahead and start off with these eyes, shall we? I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this deepest shade, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my crease. And I already did my brows, as you can see, and I've already carved them out and all that other good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this. And my base is wet. I'll leave it wet anytime that I don't mind spending a lot of time on my eye look. But if I'm in a rush, I have to set it, okay? All right, so I'm gonna now use this little LA Colors palette, and I'm going to use, I think this shade is a matte shade. All of them kind of look the same, but they're really not. I'm going to use this shade right there, and I'm gonna put that right up above the shadow that I just applied. And the reason that I'm going up so far is because the eyelashes that I'm going to wear are very large, so I'm gonna need the look to kind of stand out. All right, and for my brow bone highlight, I'm gonna use this shade right here, even though I think this is kind of metallic and I don't like using metallics on my brow bone, but I'm going to use that shade up there now. All right, and so now that I have that applied, I'm going to go back in with this shade right here and blend that out. All right, so now that I have that applied, I'm going to use this shade right here. I'm gonna see how that will look if I put it right there in my crease. All right, so I got that applied and I was hoping that that would have been darker than the other shade. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more of this in the outer V. I'm just gonna put it right over what I just applied. Okay, so now that's looking good. So this shade on top of this shade is giving me what I was looking for. All right, and now that I got that applied, before I cut my crease, I'm gonna add a little bit more of this shade right here in the center. Well, not in the center, but the inner part of the eye, because I really want that shade to show up when I cut the crease. But to cut my crease, I don't do it, you know, like you put concealer on, then after you put this concealer on, then you add your shadow on. I don't do that. I just take a little brush like this, okay, and then I take some lit and I take a little bit, well, here it is right here. I take a little bit of this, have my brush wet just a little, and I just carve it out and I fill it in, and that's it. So I'm gonna use one of these shadows, and I think I'm gonna use this one. This shade is so pretty. So it's like a light pink. So I'm gonna go in with this shade, and you only need a little bit of it. And whenever you do your other side, you want to get it as close as possible to how you All right, so now that I have that filled in like I want it, I want to use this shade right here in the lip bar palette, and I'm going to add that in right there. All right, so I have that applied, and I'm just, even though I want to go into another palette to pull a black, I'm just going to add a little bit more of this shade right here, just to kind of blend that in a little bit more, and that's going to be the end of this look. Well, I have to do the lower lash line, but I'm going to do that once I have my complexion on. And I'm just going to use my Believe Beauty eyeliner. All right, and next I'm going to use my eyelashes, and these are by Shamink's company. I'll have her contact information in the description box. This is a up-and-coming new black-owned brand. All right, so I'm back with the lashes on. And they are very dramatic. I like them, but I am going somewhere, and lashes this dramatic would not be appropriate, so I'm going to put on a smaller pair of lashes. But I did want you to see how her lashes look, and I wanted to tell you all how they feel. They are absolutely soft. They're not hard like some of the eyelashes that you can sometimes get in the beauty supply store. Sometimes those are a little bit stiff. These are unbelievably soft, and of course you don't have to get lashes this dramatic dramatic. There are smaller lashes that you can get, but if you are this girl, go ahead and get these. So I'm going to switch into a smaller pair of lashes and I'll be back. So I'm back with a smaller pair of lashes on, and again, the only reason I didn't keep the other ones on is because I'm on my way out the door as soon as I finish this video. All right, so now I'm going to go in with my foundation, and remember, I'm going to do my lower lash line once I finish my complexion. So I've got the Physicians Formula Silk Foundation. This is the Elixir. It has like a little syringe type thing, and it's a little bit messy. And it is very lightweight, watery type. Well, not really watery. Let me just show you all. Okay, how runny it is. Y'all see that? It's super runny. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and finish applying this. So it is looking to be a bit red, I think. And dark, but we're gonna fix that with the concealer. And it seems like it's almost kind of drying, as though I don't have to, or I won't have to set it. All right, so now I'm going to use the Neutrogena Radiant Concealer, and we're going to use this to kind of help this foundation look right. And I'm gonna apply it under here just for highlighting purposes. Put some here, here, and a little bit there. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend this out. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this concealer, since I still feel as though this foundation is still a bit too deep. I'm gonna bring it down here and lighten it up some, and then I'm gonna blend that out. All right, so I got this all blended out, and I'm gonna go ahead and set it. And I'm just gonna use this Wet n Wild contour palette. This is really good. I'm gonna set it with this. I'm gonna use a damp sponge, and I'm gonna get it all on my sponge like this, and I'm just going to set this concealer. And if you have like lots of wrinkles or texture or lines under your eyes, make sure you go in with a very good moisturizer under your eyes, or an eye serum or something like that. But I like using this powder because it just kind of actually blurs all of that out. All right, and for contour, I'm going to use this Sleek palette. I'm going to use this contour shade. And as you can see, this formula plays really well with powders. This is a cream, and you saw that I set my under eye with the powder, and it's blending seamlessly. And now I'm going to go in with the Sephora bronzer. This is the shade. All right, so now I'm going to do my lower lash line, and I want to go in with another palette so bad, but I think that I'm just going to, I think I'm going to use this shade and this shade on my lower lash line. All right, and now I'm gonna put on some mascara. Alright, so I got the mascara applied, and I still feel like I want to go and use the gold out of the lip bar palette. Maybe I'll put it like right there, even though that's not something that I don't particularly like to always do. I guess I could, not too much, just enough. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the lips, and then we're gonna be through. So I'm just gonna fill my lips in with a lip liner, and there was someone who asked, could I do this next time I do a get ready with me? And all I do is I'm gonna fill my lips in like this with the lip liner. And this is a Sephora lip liner. It's affordable. It's like, I think it's like $7. So I just basically cover my whole lip. And then now that I have that covered, my lips covered all the way, I just go in with the gloss over it. And of course this gloss can be worn separately. I have pigmented lips, and they aren't, the pigment on my lips is not evenly distributed. And it doesn't even have to be a brown lip liner. It could be any color lip liner, and then you mix it with a gloss of whatever color and just see what shade you come up with. So this is what I got so far. And now I'm gonna go ahead and spray with the setting spray. And I think, I want to say it still looks like it's wet, but I think it's dry. It really looks wet right up in here, but I'm going to keep fanning and see what happens. All right, so this is it. It looks wet, doesn't it? It really does, but it is not wet. Y'all, if you're looking for a radiant setting spray, this one is the business. Now, of course, I haven't done a wear test on it, so I really can't speak to that part, but I can speak to how it looks. And it is really pretty, especially up there on the forehead. And I don't even have on highlight, and you still see some radiance right up in here. So yeah, and some of it did get on my eyeshadow, and my eyeshadow didn't run. There are some setting sprays out there that will run if your eyeshadow, if it touches your eyeshadow, so you all be careful with some of these setting sprays that are out there. So this is it. This is my final look. Let me know what you think. Bye.